Hi everyone, I'm coming to you from the toasty Midwest where temperatures are supposed to be about 100 degrees. I hope you guys are somewhere nice and cool. Today we're going to talk about finding original records. A lot of times we have actual images of real records online, and that's fantastic, but sometimes we're relying on indexes, and whenever we see that word index, that should be a clue that we need to go further. We want to find those original records and get our hands on them whenever we can, because they often contain so many more rich details and clues that we can use in our family history. So I've got some examples. I'm going to flip over to my screen and show you of some of the records on ancestry.com. This is a Cook County, Illinois death index that we have online that covers 1908 to 1988. And this is a really great index because not only do we have the index here, but we can in one click through to purchase this record from Cook County right here with this arrow. And you'll be directed right to the Cook County website where you can create an account, sign in, and order the record online, and within a few minutes you're actually going to have an image of that record. So that's a fantastic way to get the records quickly and easily and make sure that you're getting all those great details. Sometimes even records can lead to new records. This is my grandparents' marriage application. And I went in and I was looking at this the other day, and I realized that I don't have the actual record, the actual marriage record. So this is just the application that they filled out before they were married. And so I went over to the side here, this side panel here. You can open it by clicking on that double arrow. And when this tab comes up, the panel comes up, you would click on this source information here. And then down in the source description here, I can click through to see the entire description for that database. And that's really important to do for a lot of reasons, but this is a great example of why. Even some records are just a preliminary step. The marriage applications in this database include the names of the bride and groom, ages, birth dates, parents' names, marriage date, and place, which is all fantastic information. But there is additional information that may be in the actual record. The occupation, whether they were previously married, residence, birthplaces, and who officiated. That can give you that church affiliation that we need. And furthermore, the description is going to tell us where we need to go to get those records. And down here, we'll see that we'd want to go to the Cuyahoga County Archive, and I can go to my search engine, look them up, and find out what type of policies they have. Do I need to write in for it? Can I order online? That type of thing. Another option that we have with some of the databases that we have, Ohio Deaths is one example. And this, you'll see this with a lot of our collections, a lot of our indexes. We've partnered with VitalCheck, which is a company that helps obtain these, excuse me, froggy creeping in there, that helps us obtain those original records. And you can click through, and I have to say, there is a surcharge involved because they're a company, so it may be a little bit more than what you went if you had to pay if you went directly, but there's something to be said for that instant gratification. Often you'll again be able to download a copy of that image within a few minutes, so it's a big improvement over waiting for something to arrive in the mail. We've also got another resource for you for finding out where to obtain records for a particular place. Our state place pages, some of you may be familiar with insofar as looking to see what collections are available that pertain to a particular place. And by clicking on the search tab, you can get to these pages. You would click on the search tab and then go down to the map here. And in the map, you can either select a state, or if you wanted to browse some of the place pages for other areas in the world, you could select the tabs that apply. And they have similar types of information that I'm going to show you on these international place pages as well. So clicking through, the first place thing you're going to see is our data collections, as I mentioned. This is kind of an overview of the things that we have available. But we also have this resources tab here up in the corner here. And when you click through to that, you're going to find a page that talks about the different types of things that are pertinent to that state. For example, this is the Illinois page, and you can see here we actually have like a timeline of different censuses that are available for Illinois. And as far as vital records, it tells us when they began being kept on a statewide basis, that you may find some earlier on the county level. And then down below, oops, sorry, I'm going too fast. You've got links to the various institutions that hold these records and links to some other online resources as well. So this is a great resource to check. Get familiar with the records that are available for your states or the states where your ancestors lived, and click through to find out how to get your hands on those original records. Probably one of the most famous indexes or most widely used index is the Social Security Death Index. And you have several options with the Social Security Death Index when it comes to obtaining that original, which is called the SS5. You can order them through VitalCheck, or this bottom link here is going to help you generate a letter. It's going to include all the information in the index. This is Bertha E. Zooks. It'll include her Social Security number, this whole index entry, so that, and then what you do is mail this to the Social Security Administration with your check for, I believe it's like $27. All those details are included on the letter. So you would obtain that SS5 form, and that gives you some great information. Parents' names. Sometimes if, it's kind of hard to find with more recent generations because of privacy laws, but requesting the SS5 form, you can often get the parents' names. So really great information from those forms. Do take the time to request them. Also, it's kind of neat to know where they were working because that's included as well when they applied. And also, the Social Security Administration is now making it possible for you to request your records online. You can go to www.ssa.gov and /FOIA, and through that page you'll be able to get to this page that says make your request online, and then you would click through to this form and you could go in there and request the records that you need online using your credit card. So another great advance. That's record providers are becoming more and more aware of our need for these records, so they're trying to make it easy for us, which is fantastic. Great news for us. Military records are another type of thing where you might want to be requesting, especially pension records. Pension records can be so rich with information about our families, but sometimes these files are very big. Many of them have not been digitized. Fold 3 is beginning to digitize some of the Civil War pensions. We have Revolutionary War pensions on Ancestry.com. But these are wonderful records because especially back then, they had to prove every little thing. If it was a widow applying for the pension, she had to prove that she was married to that person. And if there were children, who were they? What were their names, their dates? Wonderful, wonderful, rich details in pension files that can sometimes be up to 100 pages long and contain information you just won't find elsewhere. But when you look at these indexes, if you looked at the Civil War Pension Index, the details on there are pretty sparse. So you really want to go after these pension records. First thing to do is, again, go to that main database page, click on the source information, and you can see here that these are held at the National Archives. And further down in the description, you'll see that we've actually included the information of how you would order photocopies of the case file. And we even have a link here to the National Archives website, which will tell you exactly what to do. And again, these pension case files can now be ordered online. And this is the National Archives website. It's kind of an overview, and then here's the link right here where you would click through to request records online. Even some international collections. Sometimes we're in a disadvantage when we're, here in the U.S. or wherever we are. Trying to obtain records from other countries can be difficult, and it can be really costly to have to hire professionals to go in and do that for you. This is the England and Wales Free BMD Birth Index. We have marriages and deaths as well, which the BMD stands for. But when you find someone in these records, you can click through and actually order a copy of these records from the General Register Office. And I actually did that for this record here. A gentleman I think is my ancestor. And you can see they sent me this nice certificate, and they've put an image of his entry in the register included in there. So there's a lot of ways that we can go in and get these records. Sometimes it'll take a little bit of research. We try to make it easy as possible on Ancestry.com because while we really want to have everything online for you, we know that we still have a ways to go in that department. But there are a lot of ways you can go out there. Use your search engines. Check out those database descriptions because they've got some really important and helpful information for you. I hope you enjoy your day. Have a nice day and stay cool. Goodbye.